It's already started. Don't pick your nose.
Oh, that's right. People can
see. Oh,
All right.
no.
Here's our latest extracurricular activity. One thing we want to throw out here is so Pete has come up with this unique idea. You want to share it, Pete? It's your idea for December.
What idea was this? Oh, for December. One thing that I'd come up with is that it's the end of the year. We could do like an in memoriam month where we look at all the people that died during the year and then pick out pop culture references, music, movie, or whatever that references those certain individuals. So you pick out a person and pick out like a movie that they starred in or musician or whatever.
So each of us
there's always good ones every year.
You're saying each of us would pick one like normal, right?
Yeah.
You would pick a person. Yeah, you'd pick an individual. We could talk about that person too.
We would like to hear from you. And if you have people that you care about who were lost this year, we will give shout outs to anybody who is brought up, and you could mention the shows or the memories that you would associate with them the most. So
correct.
If we get some responses to that, we will definitely include them in our December string of episodes.
Right. Yes. And like for example,
who knows? Maybe we'll even end up picking the same one you pick.
Right.
You never know.
But like for example, if you were to say, Meatloaf, and say, well, could you, cover a little bit on Meatloaf or
baby, let me sleep on me. Anyway, go
on. You know what, Pete? I won't do that. So yeah.
Or Ray Liotta.
I mean, if it were me, I would pick Heartbreakers with Ray Liotta. Goodfellas.
Jeffrey's going to do an impersonation now of Ray Liotta.
I haven't seen Heartbreakers. It's a really fun movie with him.
Heartbreakers is
kind of an unknown, sneaky favorite.
Yes, it's a sleeper pick for sure. But yeah, there's a lot of pretty huge names that passed this year, and we could find something.
So we'll probably do a couple of those in some sort of a Christmas episode, right, Pete?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So that'll be December. So it's looking ahead. But if you have anything to share, please do. And tonight we just recorded our episode coming out in like 2 weeks, 3 weeks.
So
how far ahead are we right now? My goodness.
We are
October 6th.
Well, we recorded a Coldplay episode, and we talked about bands that are polarizing. Mm-hmm. And so we would also love to hear, if you like Coldplay, if you hate them, what bands do you love or hate that other people hate? And we'd like to hear that. And we're going to ask for feedback when that episode comes out. And we really hope you listen to the album, A Rush Blood to the Head.
Mm-hmm.
It'll make the episode is fantastic.
Right? Yeah. I thought Brad
did a great job. It'll make it even better if you listen to the album before. Now that you know it's coming, listen to it before.
For sure.
Yeah, right. Before and after. That's what you should do. Listen to it before you listen to us.
Oh, or during. You
listen to us. No, not
my friend
during.
at work.
You got to pay attention to our show, you idiot.
No, what he's saying is his friend listens to a song.
Oh, I got it.
That's what my friend at work did with Taylor Swift. Is she listened to the song and then she would pause it and listen, go back and forth all the way through.
Mm-hmm.
Huh.
Yeah, that's mix it up a little bit.
All right, and then we're just going to talk about what we're watching right now.
Yeah, what we're watching, what we're listening to, what's influencing us this year. So,
what do you got?
Well, I recently got Hulu, finally. So I'm finding all kinds of great stuff on Hulu. So
that's what Scrubs is on, by the way, isn't it?
I think it's also on Amazon. I think I'm watching it on Amazon.
Okay.
So by the by, we got a Scrubs episode coming up this month as well. So I always loved the first 2 seasons in particular of the TV show Fargo, and that is on Hulu. So I'm getting back into that, and Billy Bob Thornton.
The first 2 were definitely a step above.
Billy Bob Thornton in that first episode is so great. Just that menacing guy. He kind of reminds me of the guy from No Country for Old Men, except he talks a hell of a lot more. who's the killer, played by Javier Bardem. Kind of, just anytime
the name is on the tip of my tongue.
Yeah, I can't.
Anton Chigurh.
Anton Chigurh, yes. So he kind of reminds me of that.
I don't even like that movie, but I know that.
Really?
Name. Oh. I watched it once and I thought, this is the movie that everybody loves. It's compared to the other Coen brothers, I just didn't.
Yeah. Well, because anytime he's in a scene, you're tense, and that's kind of what I was thinking.
I think that came out the same year as There Will Be Blood, and I love that movie like way more.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, and I think both of those movies, they're slower.
Yeah.
Both of them are slower movies.
There Will Be Blood is long.
Yeah, for sure. I got through Only Murders in the Building, the first 2 seasons of that.
Pete, have you finished that?
Spectacular.
Not this last season. We don't have Hulu anymore, so we got to.
You haven't even watched any of season 2?
No. Well, season. Yeah, right.
Well, we better not talk too much about it. Yes, right. I love season 2.
So we should probably resubscribe for like a month and then just plow our way through the whole. That's what Jenny's mad at me because because I unsubscribed from Hulu, but forgetting that show was on it, and she loves that show too. So
there you go. 1 month will do.
We'll get 1 month and plow our way through it.
I also realized that News Radio is now on Amazon Prime, so I was watching a few of those the other night. Phil Hartman is so wonderful that just his delivery on everything was just the best. And I loved Andy Dick in that. He's such a jittery little fucker. It's just awesome. And Joe Rogan is hilarious in that as well. I know that, nobody likes Joe Rogan now.
It's funny to think that he was
right.
What that guy did, it's just weird. Mm-hmm. He's the same guy.
Very strange, but Hartman is worth the rewatch for sure. And then the last thing is I am keeping up week to week with House of the Dragon on HBO, which is
the Game of Thrones thing,
which is the prequel to Game of Thrones. So it's all right. I mean, I don't mind it, but it's set 172 years before Game of Thrones. So it's still good. I mean, a lot of intrigue and infighting and all that. So it's fun and more dragons right off the bat because dragons were a thing back then. So,
well, speaking of,
that's what I got on my list right now.
Speaking of Phil Hartman, I'm still watching Saturday Night Live. I started with 1986 and I'm into 1994 right now.
What are you watching that on?
What?
What are you watching that on?
It's on Peacock. I have to pay for it, and there's commercials. I'm going to stop paying for it as soon as I get where I want. I'm going to basically get through this season that I'm in and then stop, I think, because the show kind of fell off after that. But those are the golden years, and it's been so fun to watch. Hulu. While you have Hulu, Gifford.
Yes.
Have you ever watched What We Do in the Shadows?
I have not gotten into the show because I started watching the movie, and it just didn't do anything for me.
Okay. So I watch it with Isaac, and we watched the show first, like the first 2 seasons, and I loved it. And then we watched the movie thinking, the movie's going to be even better. Taika Waititi. I did not like the movie that much.
Okay, so give the.
I think the show is you just laugh the whole time.
Okay.
And this new season, so it's in the 5th season right now. It is awesome.
Okay.
It's so funny. And then me and Kim are now watching Better Call Saul. Finally, we're into the 3rd season. Don't tell us any more that happens in the
sorry, messed that up.
And I love that too. And Cobra Kai came out this weekend, so I'm going to get into that when I get a chance to. But I'm in the middle.
We haven't watched that yet either.
And then I'm going to watch Arrested Development when I get through everything. I'm going to get back into that. So
see, I had watched everything up through season 3, and then I started on the next season, which is that's where it flips over to Netflix, and it's just not the same. And so I kind of gave up on it.
I probably won't watch those either.
Yeah. I kind of gave up on it about 5 or 6 episodes in. But we're just still plowing our way through How I Met Your Mother pretty much every night.
Well, you are.
That's what
you hadn't talked about it. I didn't know if you were watching it.
No, Jenny enjoys it and I enjoy it, and it's kind of our thing. We'll probably watch an episode right now.
Nice.
I'm going
How far
to bed at like
are you?
9:30. It's like halfway through season 2. It's actually not that far in. Okay. But we just finished the one with Wayne Brady, where he's Barney's gay brother.
Well, he'll be on a lot.
Yep. He continues on through the series.
It was the first one with him in it. So, yeah, I haven't had a lot of time lately to be watching. We watch movies for the podcast, and when I'm not podcasting, I'm running. It's the big half marathon on Saturday.
Yes, Pete's running 13 miles on Saturday.
I've got my last training run tomorrow, so
good for you.
And then that will be on Saturday. So looking forward to that.
Good luck.
Leveraging
we'll
have Run Club
app. A beer to celebrate.
Awesome. I'll have many beers to celebrate.
Oh, that's right. So, okay, I'll ask you after we stop recording.
Okay.
Does anybody have anything else to add?
Well, did you have a list of things that you had?
I said What We Do in the Shadows, Better Call Saul, and Saturday
Yep.
Night Live.
I wanted to add a couple podcasts. Conan O'Brien Needs a Friend. I highly recommend that. And if you go back to the Jeffrey Ross episode, that one I almost peed my pants listening to, as well as the Dana Carvey Returns episode is absolutely phenomenal. And then
check that out.
And then Fly on a Wall.
Well, I was going to say I'll bring up two then as well. So I listened to the Dana Carvey one and David Spade every week, Fly on the Wall.
Yep.
They had Sherry O'Terry on this week. She is fantastic.
Haven't listened to it yet.
And then the other one I listen to every week, my sister, she watches this, I think got into it. If you like the Brady Bunch, Barry Williams and Christopher Knight, every week it's a must listen for me. They do a different episode, and it's just awesome.
Yeah.
It's so fun to listen to. And if you know the episodes like I do, it's just great.
Excellent.
All right. Thank you all for supporting us still.
Yes, thank you very much.
Awesome.
Give us your feedback, and
let us know about if you got any ideas for December for an in memoriam.
Okay.
Later.
Bye.